Hey guys, welcome back to MMA Library. Today in MMA and UFC news, Paddy Pimblett talks about his latest injury during a recent interview. Paddy then goes on to shed light on when we may see him compete again. Here's the clip.
I haven't had surgery yet. I couldn't get booked in for the surgery till after I got back from here, so as soon as I get home from here, I'll land home on the 6th and I get surgery the 7th, so I'll be in a booth for a few weeks. But then, I'm just looking forward to the back end of the year. I'll be able to fight, I think. Back fighting the end of the year. I've still got me marriage and that to get out the way, and some other things this summer, so I got, as you know now, I'm a businessman as well, so I've got other things to sort, but I'll be back in the cage for the end of the year, more than likely.
Awesome. Yeah, and I mean, what was the actual issue with the ankle? Was that something you brought into the fight with Jared, or is it something that happened in the fight itself?
I think it's both. You know what I mean? I think there's a little bit of wear and tear on there already. And when they've looked at it properly, they've said on the MRI scan, there's a bit of cartilage floating about that they need to take out, and I need a ligament like reconstruction. So it's going to be like keyhole surgery. You know what I mean? I've got to have a boot for 4 weeks. That's what I know. So I don't know if I'm going to go to UFC London or not yet, because I will have a boot on. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Dana White fires back at Power Slap haters during a recent interview.
You had mentioned the very vocal group of haters that Power Slap has as a league or a show. Is it at all comparable to what you felt when you were starting the UFC?
It's deja vu. It's exactly the same. There's no difference between it. You know, all the media talking about this is horrible, this is disgusting, this should never happen, yada, yada, yada. You know, all these guys that want to act like they're big UFC guys now, nobody was touching it back in the day. Nobody would, you know, write about it. Nobody took us serious. Nobody said that this would ever be a real sport. It's absolutely deja vu. I love this. This is what I love.
Jon Jones has released some new training footage ahead of his fight this weekend against Gane. Here's the clip. Brendan Schaub gives his take on this weekend's main event between Jon Jones and Gane. Schaub believes that Jones is going to destroy Gane with elbows.
John's only 35. At heavyweight, that's not old. You gotta bank on, too, if you're a Gane fan, that Jon is still in that mode of he's done enough, he's the greatest of all time, he hasn't been working that much, and there's gonna be some ring rust, and Gane's athletic ability is gonna light him up on the feet, and this will be a kickboxing match. I am not in that line of thinking. I think Jon is going to take him down and do his thing and get him in that crucifix and elbow his French face like pate. That's what I think is going to happen.
Valentina Shevchenko talks about the recent call-out from Blanchfield.
I have no doubt she would say it. She's ready to fight for a title. Everyone is ready to fight for the title. Yeah, it was good victory for her. She did like what she was training for, but in the same time, it's kind of like we cannot forget that Jessica Andrade, she took the fight 1 week notice. Doubtful that she even trained for this fight. I think she was like awake and said, okay, I'm ready. Let's do some money, baby. And like flew back to her like family, and now she feeling great. So yeah, it's kind of like, yes, victory, but in the same time, kind of like double feeling. So yeah, and I'm not sure if she like truly ready for the title fight yet.
Big John from the Weighing In podcast gives his take on Dana White's recent comments about potentially postponing the rematch between Islam Makhachev and Alexander Volkanovski. Here's the clip.
And I'm not saying it because of the way the fight went. No, okay. Well, here's why I'm saying it's not fair to Volk. Volk at this point goes up in weight and fights Islam. Now you want him to go back down in weight to fight Yair, and I understand why.
Never thought about it.
I understand why, but now he's got to lose that weight. He's got to lose the muscle mass and a little bit of things that he gained and stuff, and then you're going to let him come back and try it again. It's not fair to him. What's fair to him is let him stay where he's at, in the position that he's at, and let him fight one more time. That's what is truly fair to Volkanovski. You're asking a lot of him. Going up and down in weight is not easy.
What do you guys think about Big John's comments? Should Volk be offered the fight while he's already at the weight, or should he return and fight Yair Rodriguez first? Let us know in the comments. During a recent YouTube video, Aljamain Sterling insists that Henry Cejudo is not on his level. Here's what Sterling had to say about the upcoming fight.
I'm very excited. You know, it's one of those things, when he got to fight for the vacant belt at 135, I was very, very salty because he cut the line.
Okay.
And there's nothing worse than someone who comes in and just cuts the line, because you feel like Nate Diaz, you're taking everything I worked for. Like, I'm going to fight you. Like, that's legit how I felt. And then he left the game right after that. I got to put it on him. I plan to put it on this guy, man. I'm already watching some tape and watching some stuff that I've seen. And I think there's some things I could really expose. And as long as I'm on, man, I'm telling you, I think this guy is good, but he is not on my level.
Rafael Fiziev believes Beneil Dariush deserves the next shot at the lightweight title. Here's the clip.
If Beneil loses to Charles Oliveira, very good chance with a win here, you could get right into title contention. Have you had a chance to think about that?
I'm how to say, I'm done giving about it, you know. Like if Oliveira if I win Gage, I'm on a good position. If Oliveira going fight after if Oliveira win, he going fight to title, he deserve it. Dariush deserve it 150%. And if he won that, I don't want to stay on his road, because he really deserves it, you know.
John Jones believes he's the best fighter on the planet. Here's what Jones had to say when he was questioned about his desire to become the UFC's heavyweight champion.
Started thinking about it the day that I decided that I was going to go up to heavyweight. You know, my goal for 3 years now is to become the heavyweight champion of the world. It's what I pray about, it's what I sleep on, it's what I dream about. It is who I am, and I will get it done. You know, one of the moments where I realized that I was going to be taking this title is watching Gane fight against Francis Ngannou. I knew that those guys were just the absolute peak of our division. And I watched that fight that night, and I just remember this overwhelming feeling of that it was for me, and that it was a very obtainable thing. And, you know, I keep a certain degree of humility. It's what makes me work my ass off. But I just feel it in my whole being that I'm the best fighter on the planet.
Guys, thanks so much for checking out the video. If you like the content we do here on this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to MMA Library for all the latest MMA and UFC news. We'll see you in the next video.